So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Myself Priyank, and today we are going to show you the virtual lab for operating system which visualizes and analyzes different algorithms in operating system. So far we have implemented three algorithms here, which is process scheduler, page replacement algorithms, and the scheduling algorithms. The whole project is based on GUI, so it's a graphical user interface, and it is made by the language Python. And so here are the technical specifications. So as said earlier, it is a Python project and it uses a library known as PyQt5, which is a GUI library for it. The IDE that we used was Visual Studio Code, but it doesn't matter. You can use anyone if you want of your choice. And so installation required is the foremost and the basic thing is to install Python. So you have to install Python, and if you don't have it on your local machine, try to install it from this link, and just try to install the latest version and don't try to install Python 2, because some of the things may not work in that and you may face some problems. So after going through all these steps, head on here to PyQt5 library. So basically PyQt5 library is a library for GUI making in any machine, and it is supported in platforms of iOS and Android. So basically the GUI application designed by Qt5 is Qt Designer, which is installed by doing these commands. So you have to open command prompt after installing Python to nothing, and just type pip install pyqt5, and then pip install pyqt5 tools. It will download some of the tools which are in the whole library for required for this. And at last you have to install pip install qt modern. It's not mandatory, but you have to install because some of the functionality may not work in disk scheduling. Moving on, you also need to install some of the other things like that is matplotlib, pandas, uh, numpy, xls writer, and win32 to support things. Otherwise you may get the errors. As I said earlier, id is optional, you may use anyone you want. And okay, so basically for moving forward, here is the process scheduler. We will be providing the links, github links for this, and if you want to go, you may check this out here. uh, okay, so just let's straight head to the scheduler. Okay, so basically this is the scheduling algorithms implemented here, and as you can see, this is the screenshot of the window. You can clearly see here is the explanation, which gives the explanation that how the read write head will go. And here is the algorithm which is implemented as FCFS, which is first come first serve. I will explain this in this short time. So basically here it's an overview for the scheduling algorithm. So it is an integral part and concept of operating system. uh, in this, graphical user interface has tried to give the best and maximum theory and implementation of the disk scheduling algorithms, as I said earlier. So basically in total we have implemented 7 algorithms, that is first come first serve, SSTF, LIFO, SCAN, CSCAN, and CLOOK. And these are the major 7 algorithms which are widely used in disk scheduling algorithms. So basically, what's the goal behind doing this whole project? It just gives you a rough idea that how the algorithm works and how the basic system of any operating system works. So by working on this window, you are going to get three things, which is you are going to get the track sequence of a particular input which will be given by any user. So it's not like what we can say is not defined, it's properly conceptual. And you can get the number of tracks and the order of arrival, that how the algorithm is going to work. You can also compare different algorithms and see how they are differing from one another by the comparison with their seek time. Okay, so how to run it? So basically you have to download the zip file from my GitHub profile, and after that you have to open command prompt and navigate to the folder and try to run cmd run pyqt5 library, just that I will show you in just couple of minutes, and you are good to go. So basically you can run this by opening command prompt or by also running it from any id. So basically I'm going to run this with the id. So here we are, and as you can clearly see, this is the major file. You need to run this only, otherwise it's not going to work. And moving on, here you have the main UI file. It is the UI file which is used for having the user interface of the front page that I'm going to show you in just few minutes. And here is the images that are shown, which will be there in the projects. So basically these things are done, and here is the disk scheduler, which is the disk scheduling algorithms here are done. So basically these are the files for each algorithm, and this is the main file for running the whole algorithm. So yeah, it's pretty much that. Now we will just focus on running the GUI. So it may just take couple of minutes, but it will show up. Okay, so as you can clearly see, the operating system lab project, it's on the front main page. You can see that you have a home button and about us, and you may get the information over here. And here basically are four algorithms, and as I said earlier, three of them have been completed. And as we can see on concurrency and deadlock, it's coming soon. So it will be further implemented by our juniors. And so here is the process scheduling algorithm, and here is the page replacement, but we are going to focus on disk scheduling. So on clicking on disk scheduling algorithm, you are going to see the uh, window for disk scheduling. And let me show you over the what is happening over here. So basically here is the drop down menu for getting the selected algorithm of your choice. And here are the number of tracks that you want to enter, like how many are the positions that you want to go in a single go or in a queue. And here is the change theme button. It changes the theme of the GUI, and it is really handy sometimes. And here is the about algorithm button. So basically let me show you how the about algorithm button works. So select an algorithm, like see, I just want to know about SSTF, so I will just select it and just go for about algorithm. So here is the basic idea that how the algorithm is going to work, what are its advantages and its disadvantages. So you are going to get a clear idea how it's going to work, and you will get further more clear after running the algorithm. And I will show you in just couple of minutes. So here are the number of tracks that I shown earlier. So basically the range is 0 to 199 ideally, but you can use anything. You may go to 1000 also, it's going to work fine. But in a proper disk, it's just around 0 to 199. It's traditional. And here is the enter direction. It is just used for every algorithm except for LIFO, SSTF, and FCFS. And here are the two buttons of result and solve, which I will just see you which I can give you the idea how they are going to work. And here is the initial read write head position, like where is your head going to be on the disk before starting the execution of the algorithm. So now let's take an example and see. So I'm just going to select FCFS for the time sake, and the initial will be like right, typing any numbers like 45, and the number of tracks will be 7. And as you click on go, there will be 7 indices here, and you have to enter 7 different track numbers, that in which order you want to go, or what is in the ready in the queue that are going to execute. So basically how disk algorithm work is, it just goes through over the queue and just try to give the output sequence depending on what algorithm you have chosen. So now I have chosen FCFS, which is first come first serve. So basically what will happen is I will input the queue in a way, and the output is going to be same, because the way it's going to execute is it will just go on the first thing, and the read write head will go on that position, then another. So it's going to be same. So let me show you how this is going to work. So like I have to enter some random numbers here. So let me just edit this. Okay, so now on clicking on solve button, you can clearly see that how it's going to work. And here is the explanation part, as I have said earlier. So basically, as you can see in the explanation part, you can clearly see that read write head is at position 45, which I already said earlier, and after that it's going out to 34. It's already done here, and then 178, and you can just go and check, and you will get a complete idea that how the algorithm is going to work. And here is some of the other things. So basically it is the output sequence, it is the one of the main output of any algorithm in the scheduling. And you can clearly say, as I said earlier also, it's first come first serve, so it's going to be same as you can see from the input and output. And here is the total seek time. Total seek time is basically the how much time the read write had just need to go to through all this sequence. So it's going to take 478 milliseconds, as I have considered it one seek time is 1 millisecond. And here is the average seek time, which is 68.28 milliseconds. Okay, so enough about theory. Now let's talk about some graphical representation. So on clicking on generate graph button, you are going to get a graph like how this read write head is going to move. So let me show you how this graph works. So basically here are the number of track number. So basically initially the read write head is at number 45, as you can see here clearly. So right now here it is at 45 at time 0. It's an order of arrival, it's not the time. It's the like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So basically at 0th moment it's at 45. Now after executing the first order, it will be at as you can clearly see here, it's on 34, and here it's on 34. So basically it's the graph that how the read write head is going to be in respect to of order or arrival. Now it's the thing for the only one diagram. Now what if you want to see what will be the seek time of all the algorithms? How could you do this? So basically you have a button which is seek time comparison. So basically this button do is give us a graph, bar graph basically, of all the algorithms, like what will be the total seek time. And like for example for FCFS it's 478, and for other we will see in just by clicking on this here. Okay, so basically you can clearly see is here are the comparison that how the seek time is going to look like. And you can clearly see that the lowest seek time for any algorithm is SSTF. And you can clearly see different algorithms. So you basically you will get a clear idea that how these algorithms are going to work. And I have also marked them, so it will be pretty much clear to everyone. Okay, so after that, these were the seek time comparisons. Now, what about what if you just like think like what will happen if I use SSTF and run the same command, and you want to compare it with the FCFS? So we have also button for that. So basically on compare algo button, if when you click, you will get all the algorithms graph that how it is going to look like. Let me just maximize it for getting proper. Okay, so as you can see clearly, uh, the from the legends that FCFS is marked with red, SSTF is marked with purple, LIFO is marked with green. So yeah, it's pretty much clear from this how the algorithm is going to look like when you run these things. So let me tell. So basically it gives a proper idea that how the algorithm will work, and you can clearly see the basic idea of how the algorithm is going to work. Okay, so just take another example with the same output. So let's go for SSTF. And okay, so we want to enter direction, so come on, let's go for scan. So basically if you don't select any direction, it will by default take the direction to the right, and on solving it you will get the output. And for generate graph you will get the graph that how it's going to go. And here is the seek time comparison, it's going to be same as our input is always same for everyone. And here is the compare algo, which is always going to be same. So basically on changing algorithm, you are just going to change the generate graph button and the output sequence and the total seek time and nothing else. So as we can clearly see, the average seek time is 44.125 milliseconds compared to 66 millisecond which was in FCFS. So yeah, you can clearly get an idea that scan is really efficient than FCFS. So this is the project we have done. Hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.